This video is purely my opinion on these games, and I'm not sponsored by either Ubisoft or Rage Squid. Also, I've been playing Descenders way longer than I've been playing Riders Republic. In this video, we're going to be talking about which is better, Descenders or Riders Republic. Let's get into it. First, I just want to mention that Riders Republic and Descenders are very different because Descenders doesn't have any other sports besides biking. So, I'm just going to be judging them based on the biking aspect of both games. It's not fair to judge Riders Republic and Descenders based on how many sports they have, because obviously Riders Republic has way more sports and it's just really different. Like, as you can see here, Riders Republic has skiing, they also have snowboarding, paragliding, all sorts of stuff like that, where Descenders doesn't have that, just biking. I'm gonna judge them just based on the biking part of the game. As you can see here, the maps are very different. Descenders has all these little different circles with the races and stuff you can do and earn points. And then also they have different sponsors, as you can see. But Descenders only has 3, whereas Riders Republic has way more. As you can see, the Riders Republic map has all these different races that you can do around the map. And you can explore new parts, as you can see. I just started playing, so I have not explored the whole map. Also, the bikes are very different. In Descenders, you can choose all these different colors and styles of bikes from different brands. They're not real brands, they're kind of made up, but I still think that's kind of interesting. And as you can see here, I have this one bike that's 2 colors, and I can just change it from downhill to enduro, and then back to dirt jumper / hardtail. And I think that's kind of cool. You can take any bike and make it any style. But here you can see these are my downhill bikes that I've gotten, and they're from real brands. Like, this is a specialized enduro, which is pretty cool that they have that. Also, as you can see, my freeride bike, I have a YT Industries 2s, which is pretty cool that they have real brands. But again, I should not be judging a game based on the brand deals that they got, because I think that's not really fair. But it is kind of cool, you know. Obviously, Riders Republic and Descenders have different point systems and tricks and stuff like that. As you can see here, I'm earning these points for this race. And after the race, the points just kind of go away. So I think Descenders is kind of cool, where you keep the points after each race, and then you sort of hold on to them throughout the whole game. It's kind of interesting to see your total amount of reps, which is the points in seconds. I feel like they're both fairly realistic games, but Riders Republic has one thing that I think is not very realistic about it. How easily this guy can walk up and down stairs with ski boots on. Like, seriously. Look at this. How is he not falling flat on his face every time he walks up and down stairs? Another difference between Riders Republic and Descenders is what happens when you kind of crash. So here you can see I went off the course and missed the checkpoint, and I can just rewind and go back onto the run. I think that's pretty cool that you can do that. Also here, you see I messed up that flip and I crashed. Just hit B and I get back up where I left off. In Descenders, if you crash on campaign mode / career mode, you have to go all the way back to the last checkpoint. Or if you're in freeride mode, you use markers like that, and then I set my respawn marker there, and then I just respawn back where I set it. So I think that's pretty cool that you can do that in Descenders. But also I think it does lead to some problems if you set your respawn at an area where you end up just dying over and over again. Then you have to restart from the very beginning, and I think that's a little bit annoying, just because, you know, you don't want to have to restart. Here in career mode, you can see, like, it just gives you like a little shot of the course. You can see the course before you even try it. And then also the points are very different. Like I mentioned earlier, they just kind of add up to your total towards the end. And instead of trying to do more races against other people, another big difference is that you're not going against others. You're just going by yourself to see how many points you can earn. You gotta do complete the goals up in the top right. You see my goal is to complete 2 backflips. or due to backflips, yeah. So, pretty different, and as you can see in the top left, I have 3 health right now. So every time you crash, you lose 1, and you want to save those up until you get to the boss jump for each level. I think that's pretty interesting. They have that whole feature. Instead of just hitting B to get up, you actually kind of get a penalty. As you can see there, I am now racing in Yosemite, which is pretty cool. I think that they use real locations. They also have like Zion and Sequoia and other national parks in the game. And I think that's pretty cool that they're using real locations. And then also the tricks just, I think, look better in Riders Republic, although they are a little more difficult to learn in Riders Republic versus Descenders. Also, another pretty cool thing about just the map in general in Riders Republic is that they have stunts. As you can see here, in the top left kind of side of the screen, I'm doing a stunt called Lift Descent, which is you have to grind on the rails of the chairlift. And I think it's pretty cool that they include these. The one thing I don't like about them is that they have a timer on them. It's kind of annoying, messes you up a lot. As you can see here, in Descenders, right now I'm riding at a bike park called the Stoker Bike Park, which I think is based off of like probably kind of Whistler sort of bike parks, that kind of thing, downhill riding. But I think it's pretty cool that they include these, just the whole, just being able to, you know, just play on a cool, really nicely designed bike park. And a lot of these are actually designed by the community. And I think that's pretty cool that they actually add that kind of thing into the game. Like I mentioned with the bike parks, they have lots of them. I'm scrolling through a list of them right now. The bike out ones are pretty cool, though they're pretty frustrating. They're really difficult to do. Lots of them made by the community and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Anyways, that's it for this video, but personally, you can have your own opinion, but I think Riders Republic is a better game for one big reason. I just like that they have more tricks, I think. And even though I just started playing recently, I already feel like there's more tricks and more potential to play this game for longer and not really get bored with it. I'm not saying that you get bored instantly with Descenders, but I feel like there's just more interesting. Riders Republic's just in general more interesting. Anyways, that's going to be kind of it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.